journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at gold and silver here. Remember on Monday, we had this beautiful Gartley. It was actually Sunday night early. Well, actually Monday night early. Let's try that again. It wasn't Sunday, it was Monday. There was your low that came in right here, right at the exact 6-1 retracement. Then you had the 382. Market continued to go up, and it's continued. We had an $80, $70 break here, an $80 break here, and an $80 break here. And it stopped exactly at the 382 of the first one, not breaking the trend line on any of these. That told you that you were probably getting ready to go higher. And folks, this thing has really got legs. I mean, it really has not given anything back. I mean, $80 in a market that's trading for $5,000 is really not very much at all. If we look at this from the standpoint of what the AI was telling us, you can see all day long that it was looked like it was getting ready to have some type of a really good move. There was your bottom right in here. There was your nice little pullback, and now you're right up at this level right here. And you've just completed, I believe, an ABCD pattern on today's action. There's your AB leg, and there's your CD leg came in here at 50.89, and the high has been 50.97. So it went $9 higher. It's back to where it was before. But this is where, if it's correct, we should start to see a correction coming down here in the gold market. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to go all this way down. It just means that there's a correction. This is a timing tool. That's all it really is, and nothing more, nothing less. All right, now let's move over, and we're going to talk about the silver, because silver had been it's no longer the lagging sister, folks. I mean, it's not moving as high as gold, but it's got game. Here was the action today. There was your early morning high. We break down, we drop $3 an ounce. Then we rallied up to be $5 an ounce. And then we come down and make a 382 right here. And now you can see here, we've just been going up and up and up. Now we're in the zone here. If this is correct, we should start to move down, and silver should close near the lower end of the range today. But the fact is that we made that first 382 pattern. Now you made a higher high, so you've got to correct that. And we're going to see if that second one was also a 382. And if you put that in there, you can see it didn't get there at all. So we're going to still have some pretty powerful things. Now, remember, the last part of this AI stuff is the work that works the least. So right now, it's so far above the open and everything, it just looks very, very strong. And I don't think I would be ready to fade this, especially on a Friday. And it's a very strong week. Remember, on this hourly chart, you know, this thing is just coming back, making retracements. Just get back here. Do you want to lose our lip? There we are right now. We're right at the 78% retracement of that high right there. Okay, so it's still bearish because you got a 382 here, a 382 here, but now you're starting to get back up into this area where you're completing this 78% retracement. The 61% retracement held it for just a day. Now we're at the exact 786 right now as we speak at 82.82, and the high is 82.97. Okay, now that's the silver and the gold. All right, now I've already talked about the, one second, we'll hear, already talked about the bonds, but we'll do it again. There's where we were. I think that was the hourly, that's correct. The reason why we're looking at that, folks, because if you looked at the daily chart yesterday on the flow show, there was our 786. We just came down for a few days, and then we rallied right back up. And that this pullback we had here, this is sort of been coming down since that time, sets up an ABCD down at this level. Let's see what the 382 is on this whole thing. because we did make a lower low. That would come in right here at about 116.20. So if you sold that there at 30, you'd want to cover it here at around 22 or 23 is what I would be doing, because this is it's a daily chart, but we were looking at it on an hourly, and it just gives you some more background of where the things are moving, okay? So those are some of the things that we want to be covering here today. So bear with me here. We're going to do these one at a time. Now let's look at the Russell, because the Russell has had one wild swinging day. I mean, really wild. And you can see there's where we were. We had an A, B, C, D here, but didn't quite make it. You can see it doesn't make it. But the market came down, and then when the tariffs were introduced, it went from 60-40. It rallied 60 handles up and 60 handles down. Folks, that's not good action. Anyway, that's my opinion, of course. Now, on the way back down now, what you want to do, you've had a straight move down, so watch for the 382 back, and we just had it right there at that level, right there, if that's going to be the case. All right? So that takes care of that, and we'll move this one out of the way, too. I want to give you a little human interest story, folks. This is the area of Pismo Beach and Arroyo Grande, California. It's right on the central coast, just south of San Luis Obispo. And they had a storm here last night that knocked out. I'm not at my usual house because there's no electricity there. And also there's no heat. They were putting people, policemen or the fire department was coming by and taking people and taking them to places where there was heat. And I had a place I had to hop in the car, go 20 miles north up into Paso Robles, which is on top of the mountain. They didn't get any rain at all. And so I'm working out of there for today and tomorrow because we're not going to have electricity in our home until probably Sunday morning, they said. So luckily I've got a place to stay. But boy, it gets pretty cold up here when that rain comes in. It got down to 39 last night, and it knocked out 2,000 homes, folks. If you want to Google it, just look at Corbett Canyon in San Luis Obispo, and you'll see what happened. It's quite, I didn't even hear it rain. All I did is when the lights went on, I knew something was wrong. Okay, let's move out here. We're going to go over here and talk about the currencies here for a second. And then we got some stocks to cover. Let's do crude oil first because there appears to be a war getting ready to start, folks, because crude oil just doesn't have any enemies at all. You can see here, it just keeps going up and up. No matter what happens, it drops a little bit, and then away it goes to the upside, and you can see it still looks that way. If you're interested in trading it from the short side, oh my goodness. The time frame that we're looking at will probably come here right when we're on the air. So let me move this down here so I can see the darn thing. There we go. Yeah, that was about a half hour to go. That'll be too late in the day for that. So there is an ABCD up in here, but it's just too late for me to be doing it because I've only got another 45 minutes. And let me see, it'll probably get there in that time frame. Let's put the beeper in here. Might be a good trade to look at because chance favors the prepared mind, as Louis Pasteur said. All right, now let's take just a quick look at the currencies because it provides.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
All right, folks, we're back. We're going to take a look here at the euro the last couple of days here. You can see we made an ABCD here yesterday. The rally that we had today went exactly within 1 pip of the high that we made back here on the 12th. That was a Thursday. Then we had Friday, and then you can see there's where we are right now. That was a nice retracement. Still telling you that the euro still is weak and the U.S. dollar is still strong. So we're going to take a look at the U.S. dollar now, and just to verify what we're looking, because that's a good thing to be doing when you're trading, to do the hourly chart. And you can see we're still way up in the air in the U.S. dollar index. You can see it just barely backed off at all here during this time. In fact, the low that we made today, let's see how close that was to a 382 off of the low right here, and you match it right there. And it didn't even make that. It looks like it made it off of the secondary one on the next day, which is over the weekend. That would be the Sunday night, and that one come in right at 3.8. That's very well. This might even be this one. Anyway, it's a very close thing. You can see the corrections are the same. They're very, very shallow corrections. So this still looks extremely bullish here in the dollar index, and also bearish in the euro. Okay, we'll take this out and move this out of the way. We want to take a look at the British pound, because that's another one that's getting ready for something pretty good, I think. So let's take a look here, and we'll just grasp it right here. There's our ABCD that we've been waiting to do. That came within a pip or two. You got to consider that made it, because it's only a few pips. All we did was the rally that came right in here. But you see this blue line goes down a lot farther. See, because this is a 4-hour chart. And if you move this over like this and bring this over like this, see, that's going to tell you that you're going to be at a really critical level here at 133.40. Let's just move that in right there. And let's go to the dailies to make it real simple and miss all that garbage in between. There it is right there. This is the swing that we're thinking about right here. That comes in at 133.51. Okay, so you'd be buying at 133.41, something like that, with a 50 pip stop. That's a very nice ABCD. There's a perfect retracement back, just a shad less than a 618, right at 0.56, and that's getting ready to come to this level right here. In fact, with the action today, you might even get a little bounce here for a little bit in this area, but it still looks quite bearish until you get down to that level of 133.50, and then I have to think it has to be looking pretty good. Actually, if you like 50%, it's pretty good already because we made the low yesterday and we're holding our own right here. So there's a possibility. Let's see if it made any type of a 382 today. No, it didn't do anything. Well, maybe we did here on the second one. Let's just double check. There was our low here on Thursday. Okay, there was the first high, came in at 61. The second one came in at 50%, so the 382 didn't help you at all on that. But we haven't taken this out. All we're doing is making a nice retracement, going back to the old high that we had way back here, back there on that Friday. And there it comes in right there exactly at 382. Now, if we start getting above that, that's at 135.20 level. That's a pretty big move. If we get above that, tells you we're going higher. Right now, this is just getting ready to roll over and make another leg down, much like we did here. You'll see this leg traveled in that direction that far, and this one will go over and measure it, and it did exactly the same thing. That's right out of Andrew Lowe's book, folks. Look for repetition in things, and there's your repetition right there. And the fact is, it's just absolute perfect because it goes right to that level. So that's where you have repetition and predictability. But the predictability is limited by the imagination of the fellow playing with the mouse. And that's what my job is, playing with the mouse. All right, let's move over here. We've covered the NASDAQ, and now we've got this is the Dow Jones. Let's see where we are with that. Dow Jones is tough because it's just basically 20 stocks. But you see here, it should have a pretty good move to the upside here in just a few minutes, folks. Right after our break, this is going to be the key because if it's going to change, this would be it right here. In other words, if it's going to flip, let's just move this out of the way here. Get to there. See, it's going to be right there. See, that's at 12:30. When we come back from this break, we got to make a decision whether it's either making a high or a low at that time. So keep that in mind. That's the number one thing that we have to do. All right, let's move over to the wheat market. Someone asked a question about it. Had a nice move in wheat, as I recall. At least I heard from the news, listening to what was going on. There's the wheat. Get it up here and see what's happening. Whoa, we sure did. This thing took off like a ruptured seal. There it is right there. We had a pretty good run. This is today is the 20th, and it just gapped up today. Look at that. Just boom, bang, boom, and away it went. That's very unusual to see the market do that. Not only that, but we've got an ABCD here as we speak. There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg, and we got two things. One is the gap. So that's got to be extended by 1.27. I got to get my hand on the clicker because I got to sell that one. And it says 127. Let's see if we're coming to. The number is 76. And right now it's 72. I'd be a seller at 76. There's your gap that you had right here. So I would be doing that. Now let's look at the daily, just to be safe, because we're probably breaking out. Let's move that over. Wow, a gap. That can't be right. We gapped up today? No, I don't think so. No, there wasn't. The data was not refreshed yet. Yeah, see, all we're doing now is we're just taking out those highs right here. And, oh, dear, if that's a 3.8, no, it's not. I can tell you it's a 50%, but that in itself will be strong enough for me to do it, and that's why I'm going to do it. That's where we are right now. Took out that highs there where we are now. And you've got the ABCD patterns in here. Let's just draw this. I'm talking myself into a trade, folks, so bear with me here. There's AB. I love ABCD. I can't go wrong with that. All right. And then we got another one right behind that. That takes you up to the promised land. And that's where we are right about now. So we have to extend that because of the strength of the CD leg and see where it comes up to at 127. We've already taken out all the highs of the previous day, so that's a good thing. So, we came within a point of it. 76 was the number, and the number was 73. So I'd be a seller here at 76 with a buy stop at 581. I'd just say a nickel on that. That's what we're watching here in the wheat here so far. Now, we went quite a bit above the previous day's high, so that's not unusual too. So this is a definite ABCD. The problem is it could be wrong, and we already know that because ABCDs only work about 62% of the time, and that's what the whole thing is all about. Now, we come back from the break. I'm going to go over the bearish scenario that I'm potentially looking at in the market. And because we are really close now, folks, these dates are coming up like bowling pins. They're all coming up waiting for someone to throw a strike or a gutter ball. Which is it going to be? So we'll be covering that when we come back from the break, okay? So, and I have a slight announcement too when we come back from that too. Let's see how our little clock on the wall is. I probably wasted a lot of time here just bad mouthing. Hold on, that's good. No, we're done. That's good. We'll be right back here.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, we're looking at the AI program talking about the Dow Jones. You can see we're at a spot here in the next 10 minutes that should be, well, it's actually coming up right now. So pay attention. Yeah, there's your 11:30. So it's within this ballpark. It's actually acting pretty good because you see it's not breaking down hard. You'll know for sure if it takes out either that low or that high. That means you're going to go higher, or that low means it's going to invert and you're going to go lower. Right now, it doesn't show any sign of inversion. Inversion would mean that it would come up here really quick and then match that, and then it would go higher. But right now, it's set it to the forecast, the original forecast. Now, remember, this is only good the last part of the day. It's not as good as it is the first part of the day. And this is the opening, which it's always good because that's the magic time. We looked at a 13-minute on this. The Dow Jones did exactly the same thing. Move over and you'll see where your low was. You came right down and matched the low of almost exactly right back there. And that's when we had the real rally started. There was our overnight action in this. We had a high that was way back here. You had the first correction right there was at 50%. The next one you had was at also 50%. And then you can see once it went up, it went through 50% like it didn't even exist. So now we're seeing it coming down. See, it's already starting to move higher. So that's going to tell us that we're probably getting ready to rally. That's what it looks like. Now, it could also flip over, so I'm going to keep an eye on this because it's got to get moving quickly, because if it just takes this out and doesn't do anything, this is when the market inverts a lot. If it didn't invert, it would be the easiest thing in the world, but it does. Does it do it every day? No. But it do it once or twice during the day? Sometimes it will. The key times are still there, but the inversions won't always be there. And inversion is when it completely obliterates all of this. Instead of going up, it'll go down. So we're watching to see what is happening right now. If I do the reverse side of this, let's say I'm really bearish and I want to guess on what I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to invert this green line. That just takes me to the red line. That's just a mirror image of what we're looking at. And you could make a case for this being a high right here very easily, because this could be your low right in there. This could be your high right in here. So that's what we're watching. See, we've taken that out. That means the bias is to the upside here. All right, that means the other one is working better. But if it doesn't get any higher than this last move here, and we would have, you can see, an ABCD pattern. There you go. There's your ABCD pattern. It's going to tell you you're going to get right up here. It's already moving. So there it is. It just made the 61% retracement. So this is the spot. If you're ready to sell it, you can do it. If you've already bought it, hang on, because all you got to do is put your stop down in here. It won't get there, because if it's going to keep breaking out, it's going to keep breaking out. Now we're going to go back to the original forecast because it's still going up. That's what we want to do, because it's still doing exactly what it should have done on the first run. And you'll see there's where it is right now. And you'll see it. There's the low. We had the big run up right in here. So this is the key level right in there. We hit it exactly, and boy, it could easily go the other way. This is where you get tricked into thinking which way it's going. So I'm flexible, but I came really close to actually just selling it there at the 61% retracement, but I decided to wait because I'm watching the Dow Jones and the S&P. You'll notice the S&P has come back and is also getting pretty strong. We'll click up that and watching it. I hope you'll watch what I'm doing here, because see, this is not as easy as the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones was a real easy one to look at. You see, now it's real choppy. It was pretty good right here. It was pretty good right in there as a high, and not too much there. It came down right here, but now we're at the same level where we're coming into an area where if this is going to flip over, it doesn't look very good from this level because it doesn't hit an exact low. It hits a high right there. So what you'd have to do, this is a tough one, I'll tell you, but that's the way it is. It's not always easy, as they say in the trade. Okay, we're going to just invert this to see if you can make a bearish case versus a bullish case. And there's your answer right there. You certainly could. All you have to do is to move this over just a little bit right there. Okay, it tells you the exact low of this, and this is coming up here. So you have to take this out pretty quick, or take this out, and then you have an idea of where it's going for the last hour or two, because that's a key time of the day. I hope that makes sense. It's not an easy thing to interpret, especially on the Dow Jones or the S&P today, but it's easier on the Dow Jones than it is on anything else. And so far, it's acted like it wants to invert. See, because it's already backed off 100 pips from that level. I mean, that didn't take long. You see how quickly it came down? No, you can make a case where, well, maybe it's coming down to test this one. Then you're right. This is the one that makes you nuts. But that's what I match the pattern with it. You can see there's your A, B, C, D. If you trade the pattern, it's going to get you to the promised land, and sometimes the promised land is going to be covered with you know what, bullpucky, and that's the way it is sometimes. You can't win all the time. Your job as a trader is try to select the ones where you think that are going to win, and if they don't, just go on to the next one. Don't beat yourself in the head and say, oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? The only thing you did wrong is you did the buy instead of the sell, or the sell instead of the buy. That's all you did wrong. And other than that, there's no rights or wrong in this business. Either make money or you don't. That's pretty much it, okay? So keep in mind, that's what we're paying attention to. Now, here's the Dow Jones, the E-mini. I'm keeping them up here both. I have a position in them, but my position is so far above where they are now that it would have to take a 100-point rally from here, and the Dow Jones or the S&P to knock me out, and the Nasdaq would have to go up another 700 points before I get knocked out. Because we are at the moment of truth, folks. Because if we close lower today in any of those three indices, the Dow's up 50, S&P's up 30, Dow Jones up 150, Nasdaq is up about 10. If any of them close lower, that would be the first time in a long time we had three weekly closes, 3 weeks in a row. Because we made a high on January 28th, folks, in the Dow Jones. That's this right here. That's January 28th, but not on that, but you'll see it here on the daily. You'll see what I'm talking about. That January 8th was right there. This January 8th right there. No, it isn't either. The S&P made a high on January 8th. This one made a high on February the 10th, because we were looking at that cycle. You can see here's where we are right now. The S&P is even weaker because it made a high. Here it is. Get this up here on the daily, and you'll see what I mean here. We made a high here. Forget the green line when you got the different time frame. It doesn't count, folks, because it's in a different time zone here. Shut the front door and raise the rent. You can see there's our higher high, and January 8th was way back here. Get this out of the way, and we'll show you where we were. Hopefully we'll get the 4-hour up, and we'll see where we are. All right. Stay with us.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, my final assumption is I think we're making an ABCD pattern right here, and then we should start down. It's not a good fit, but that's just my sophisticated guess. All right, now there's the Dow Jones. We've already gone through that. We'll do it again just for kicks and giggles to see where we are with that one. And we are going up. See, there was our low, and we're going up, and there we just hit it, 496.04. So it's on its own right now, just a little above the 618. There's your ABCD. And if it's good, it'll just start growing like heck. If not, then we'll see. But it hit the number right there. There's your ABCD at 496.04, and it's right over a time. It could be inverted, and without this, it looks pretty good, but this is the time where it could happen. And all you'll have to do is, if you're in that, would you go down to this level right here, and click this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to ask for an inverted pattern, and that just tells you where you are, and that's where we think we are here with the dollar here, U.S. dollar versus the Dow Jones. Okay? All right, now we'll get this out of the way, window tile perfectly, and then we'll just get into a couple stocks that people are asking about. And of course, numero uno is always Tesla. We'll get it up here in just a second. TSL. There it is right here. We'll have to check what other one. It's basically doing nothing today. It's up, but not very much. Let's look at NVIDIA. These are from those that people are asking about, which stocks they're looking at. There it is right there. It's done nothing for the last few days here. This is the hourly, and it's not much exciting going off with this. Okay. Had a pullback here, little rally there. Still looks bullish. There's nothing. If you had to put a gun to my head, I would say that's bullish, because you can see here, we got some higher bottoms in here. We got some higher tops in here. So the trend could be changing. And if it's not, then it's goodbye, Charlie. And that's the end of that tune. But right now it's acting bullish. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my limit minder in to see if we get filled on the other side of this. That's it. So what I'm doing is I have a stop now right here for what I'm going to buy when it triggers that. As soon as it triggers that, this will start being the Bon Appetit, and that's what I'd be watching here from the short stack here in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, now let's move over to the Japanese yen. Hold on one second here, folks. What happened to the well, it's over here. That's where it is at the very bottom. It's just moving around a bit. Okay, there's where we are right now. Now this is where they came out and was yelling and screaming about how bad the dollar was. This was not bad at all, folks. All it did was make this little pattern here over the last few days. and I only lost my seat for a real short period of time, and I had my computer in it. And I had the porter was watching it for me, and when I went to the restroom, he put it away. When I came back, I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I had no computer. Then he quickly came over and told me that he did have it. So there was no problem there. Anyway, this is what we're looking at right now. We could have made a pretty good top up in here on the 20th, just based on that pattern right here. We've had a nice run here for 5 days. So that's the logical place we would start to see the market sell off into that area. All right, now we've got a couple more stocks to look at. JP Morgan was the next one. Hold on one second. We'll get up here. Shucks, it's not here. Well, that's because it starts with a J. Let's try it one more time. J, yeah. That's J, wow. Boy, I can't believe I can't even find JP Morgan. Oh, here it is right there. JP Morgan. James Pierpont Morgan. All right, there it is right there. And you can see here we broke down a couple days ago. All we were able to do during this time here was to make a rally back up to the 382 retracement. So, well, actually made 50%, but that's your buy point. And then today, all you've been able to do is to make a very small retracement here, which tells you there's something no good. Because why would anybody want to take a train, even though it's called a Sunliner, has everything cool about it? But by golly, if you got to watch what your money does, stay in doubt or get out. So if that's what I was thinking, and I was against what that trade was trying to tell me, I'd have to say, nah, I don't think I'm going to do it. I might do it tomorrow when you give me some more information, but not as it goes today. It's something that I don't want to risk. This is what we do for a living, folks. We quantify which trades we want to take, how much we're going to make on it, how much we can lose, and let the cards fall where they may, or the dice, or the roulette wheel, whatever it happens to be. Because after that, it's a crapshoot. And the one who's shooting the craps is the person upstairs, and she never misses. You just hope that it hits the wrong end and gives you your number coming up. But remember, it's all about how much money you have to risk, not how much money you have at risk. That's the key. Most people reverse that. They risk too much to make $100. They bet something that's a 10-to-1 favorite. Yet that favorite only wins 8 out of 10 times. And if he misses the 8th or 9th, you're in big trouble. So that's why you keep numbers and what's going on. And when people change the numbers, they have to report it to the track stewards to let them know, look, this horse is now. Remember, blinkers are the thing on the side that keeps the horse focused headed toward the finish line. Fortunately, the horses that I usually bet, they should be reverse blinkers, hook on the back of the horse and watch the other horses for the next race because they don't come in too often. All right, so there's where we are with the JP Morgan. It's up a couple days in a row here, acting pretty good. All righty, let's move over here. And we had one other stock, and then we'll get back to something else, and that is LUV, Southwest Airlines. So get it up here in just a second here. All righty, refresh. So folks, I'm not going to be here the first week of May. I'm going to be taking some time off. Here's Southwest Airlines. It made a new high and backing off a little bit. Let's look at this on a longer term basis. It's below the old highs, I recall. Oh, by a lot. Yeah, but we're coming up to just about the 786 on this Love Airlines, and it hit it. That was it yesterday. Was a 786 right there at 54. Now it's at 52. So I'd be really careful letting those people insure me because, well, you put a stop in, if it goes one way or the other. The thing is, if there's a disaster like the plane crashes or something, that thing is going to gap. And if it doesn't, it'll trade normally. But if the plane crashes, there most probably would be a gap. And that's what we're watching here this morning. So stay tuned, and we'll be back for the last section, and then we're going to go over where we're looking at here with these markets, okay? So stay with us.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, here's where we were on March the 5th, 2009. That's a very important spot that we're watching, 2009, March 5th. There's that same March 5th. Now, what we're going to do now is just going to come over here. I believe I can add it. Darn, where is the other one at here? Well, it's not there. I'll have to get it from over here. And here's where we are right now. You can see all the planets lining them up right there. There's March 5th. And here is February 28th. This is me. February 28th is the last end of this. But, boy, this has got a lot of stuff in it, folks. You can see all these empty boxes over here. That means that all the cycles are lined up right here. These are all conjunctions or oppositions. The oppositions are the ones that are opposite this right here. So that's what we're paying attention to. Now, there's a possibility that this is all wrong and the market's going to keep going up forever and forever. Well, we're up 200 points in the Dow now, so there's no doubt that it's heading towards the finish line going up. So that's what we're watching. Nothing else I can do about it. So all you do is you wait until the stop is hit. We're still 40, more than that. We're about 40 points away in the S&P from getting stopped, and we're more than 400 points to getting stopped on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has been by far the weaker or the stronger. As you can see, it's still up into this area right here. Looking at this on the 4-hour, it's still relatively weak. It's still the same area right in here. And in order for the NASDAQ to close higher, it's got to close up here at 2530. And that would mean that's it. So all we've done so far is we've made a 382 of that and a 61% retracement of that. But we're not going down, but there's 2 hours left to go. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and pray for the folks in California, folks. It's raining and it's got to stop one of these days. We got 5 more days coming of this stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. I got my boat in process of being made. And if you believe that, I still have 2 shares of the Brooklyn Bridge. See you on the flip side on Monday, folks. May God bless.